I am connecting with a 7D'er. You are seventh dimensional and you are indeed ascending after some real toxicity in your life. Not a lot of people know about dimensions. Not a lot of people know about the 7D. The best way I can put this is you are the chosen one. Many of us are chosen. You know it. You have been through hardship because you're chosen. And as a result, it has spiraled out into a lot of I want to say TikTok. I want to talk about your TikTok account. I want to talk about your role as an influencer. I want to talk about the army, the movement, the community, the social group that you're bringing up that's rising out from you. A lot of conflict coming up. We're going to get into the tarot. I am a clairvoyant, intuitive reader. Yeah, I'm using tarot. The Rider-Waite deck is in the middle. I wanted to say in the mirror. There's a lot I need to share with you. A lot of it is really intuitive. I'm going to channel throughout this message and mediumships coming through. I can feel it as well. Every reading's different on this channel. Sometimes it's just tarot, sometimes it's oracle cards, sometimes it's clairvoyant, mediumship. This is very special, guys. This is a serious transmission for you. I'm talking to someone with a clique, a posse, a crew. It could all be on social media. You're all working on something. This could be a coven. This could be a secret society. This could be a spiritual community. This is a uprising. You guys have got plans to do some serious things. I don't see war, but I do see war. Yeah? Like, I'm not worried about the legality of this war, but is still a kind of war, a social media battle, a disagreement with another social group, activism. It's not like crime is the point. There's no criminal ties, but the devil's here. So something's being outed or spoken on, which is incredibly toxic. Now, I'm using the TV tarot as well as the Rider-Waite deck. The TV tarot is showing up with a Runaways card, which is on Sci-Fi Marvels, and it represents the 9 of Wands in this deck, and the Help. Change begins with a whisper, an incredible movie, which represents the Wheel of Fortune. This is talking about your destiny and the barriers, the guards that you've had up, the guardrails you've had up to protect yourself. Now, the vision in my head I'm getting to sum up this whole reading, they're saying, is the example of when an old person gets on the electric chair that takes them up the stairs. So somebody can't walk up the stairs, they get on the electric conveyor belt, I want to say it like that, and then they get off at the top. There's a special motorized chair for stairs. That's what I get. But I get that in regards to a spiritual practice. So many people will go up and down the stairs, flying up and down, unconscious as fuck about what it means to not be able to take those steps so easily. Where you now sit on this motorized chair and it goes really, really slow. Yeah? The visions I'm getting of is me running up and down the stairs past my older relative who is slowly going up the stairs, really, really slowly. In the time it takes this electric chair to get up the stairs, I've already run up and down 4 times. That's cool, that's fantastic. But this person has had to go through a different process and has more time to be mindful and has more purpose and reasoning for why they're using that chair. They have to. So it's something here about your gifts. You have been held back repeatedly. And instead of flying up and down the stairs, because someone who can go up and down the stairs easily, this is spiritual staircase I'm talking as well. Other people are flying. This is entrepreneurship. This is in business. People are flying up and down the stairs, making money, making net, cash, 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 cash cow, money, bingo, whoosh, more money, more assets, more money, more assets, more money, more assets. A lot of this is on credit. A lot of people out here are living on credit. They're living on finance. I'm telling you now, their car is not paid outright. Their rent mortgage is barely covered every single month. They are living in clothes they haven't paid for. They've still got 2 or 3 more payments to pay off the clothes that they wore 2 months ago. They're still paying off everything that they own. It makes them look good. It makes them feel good. It's instant gratification. But that's not the case for you, because you've chosen a different route. And the vision I keep getting is just an old person being really, really mindful. And it's the turtle and the hare story. You are simply just sitting on this electric chair. It's doing the hard work for you because you've done the hard work all your life. Confirmation there. So much disrespect for old people and years of service. Entrepreneurship for 10, 20, 30 years. Someone who's been an entrepreneur for 10 weeks and has made 100k, whilst you've been an entrepreneur for 10 years and only ever done it for charity, for free, or only ever made 20k off of it through charitable offerings. But you're 2 different entities and you've been through 2 different things, and the 10 years you have is completely different to the 10 months they have. And you've got to value your unique journey, because that person who has got 100k in 10 months is running up and down the stairs willy-nilly. There's no awareness of the fact that eventually their journey up the stairs isn't going to be as easy. And they don't feel the reward when they get to the bottom of the stairs versus the top. It's not a victory. It's not a change in processing. Right, now we're going to have to slowly get off of this and go to the floor, or go to the second floor of the house. Bend and adjust. Let me open this. Let me take the seatbelt off if there is one. Do you get what I mean? Laugh and a joke. I love when Spirit give me examples that are so off cuff. I could be actually talking to someone who's getting to older age, who is considering getting a stair lift, I believe they're called. So if that is the case, we're talking about healthy transitions that are all part of life, and there being no judgment for that. And we're talking about a collective here who has been really, really guarded because their journey isn't the 10-month 100k success. I want to talk about in the UK during furlough season, and when the government started giving out 50k to every single company that wanted it. Loads of people just started applying for 50k. During COVID, because it was available, they can get it. All banks were entitled to give you 50k, help you get back on your feet, help your business survive. Now people are in 50k debt. Because instead of automizing your reality and slowly going through the process, building resilience, like protecting your physical vessel, knowing better, you decided to run up and down the stairs. Some people weren't meant to be running up and down the stairs grabbing 100k and 50k. Because they're old and their body's worn. It's like somebody who is a lot older in life, 60, 70, 50, 60, 70s, has decided to go back to a gym regimen they did when they were 20. And now they've got a torn AC. And they've got all these ripped arteries and bruised muscles and a massive bruised ego, because people are living outside of the remit of what's really designed for them. I'll say that again and make sure it doesn't sound too mean. People are living outside of the remit that was designed for them. You are designed uniquely for you. You and your team, you and your crew, you and your posse, you and the ones you love the most, you and this community you're building, you and this network. I'm looking at someone who could be part of a community. It gives me Runaways, right? So I'm trying to get my words right. So bear with me as I say because I'm looking at really alternative crews. I want to talk about trans, queer, entrepreneurs. I want to talk about cyber. I want to talk about tech. I want to talk about spiritualist covens. Whatever you do is out there. It's alternative. You could be on a secret platform or under the radar in close friends. There's a network. There's a group. There's a secret society. You're all covens. You're all spiritualists, or you're all believing in something unique. You could be out in the public eye, but there's not many of you. So imagine there's only 7 of you in the clique, in the posse, in the crew, but you guys are more purposeful and powerful in what you're doing and what your missions are, and all of your estimated net worths and your long-term derivatives, your long-term directions are worth way more than the others who have got 100 in the crew, 1 million in the posse, like viral numbers, 50k, 20k, 100k, where you're going long-term through longevity because you're thinking about yourself in old age. The reward's there for you. You're going to be incredibly rewarded. You are the chosen ones. When I talk about 7D, and I introduced you guys as 7D as at the beginning, that was me talking about not only my channel and my belief system, because I believe I am this specialist in 7D. That's my dimension. That's my home. That's my safe space. So when I'm talking about the 7th dimension with you guys, I'm talking about our ability to make a clear choice of unification. I'm talking about self-actualization, and I'm talking about unification. That means the embodiment of mind, body, and soul. That means daily deliverance, daily remembrance, and daily embodiment of that actualization. We're talking about real purpose, and we're not talking about dreaming and thinking and choosing and ahhing, even though I go it's instinct, isn't it? It's just give me a minute, let me pause, yeah? But in every single one of those and those moments of pause, and it's I should say in future, but it is one of those moments. Let me ground that vibration. Let me assess my vision. Let me tweak, pivot, turn, rotate. Let me not force interaction or engagement. Let me bide my time, yeah? Plans change. Programs shift. Narrative and belief systems evolve. Things I wanted 10 years ago, 20 years ago, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 years ago are not necessarily how I want things to occur now. We go through ups and downs in life, through trials and tribulations, and during those windows of time, things start to meld, shift, reform, become refined, and we evolve. We're talking about people, and we're talking about verses here. You're versing off against a collective who are faster, quicker, and more mindless. Not mindful, mindless. They haven't got pivot capability. They take the narrative, they run with it. You could be feeding a lot of people that just take your narrative, take your idea, take your expertise, take your channel, your content, your influencing style, what you sell them, your products, your services, and just go off with it and then build something. Like, I'm getting someone who is helping people grow and evolve, and they're growing and evolving beyond you. So there's a few YouTubers out there that teach people how to get more views on YouTube, and suddenly you're helping these people get more views on YouTube, and now they've got more views than you onto YouTube, but you're helping them. Yeah. There's ideologies of a spiritual life coach. I can speak from experience, where you go out and you help other people, and you're building them up and showing them the way and giving them the motivation and positivity that they need to get where they're going. You're a manager, an agent, and who you're managing, you're getting paid 10%, but they're still well worth more than you, if that makes sense. So you've got an agent, or you are an agent, and you've got loads of bookings, which is fantastic, but all of your clientele is really, really elite and really, really up there, and you're just kind of beneath them, and you feel that. And okay, in my opinion, you don't feel beneath, but you do acknowledge that you're not being respected and received by the others, because the others with the numbers and the money and the looks and their parents and the celebritism, even though you're a key part of what they're doing and helping them, you don't get respect for it. Yeah, you're getting paid, so just do your service. Do you get what I mean? They don't understand that there's deeper roots to you, nor do they understand what you're building personally. They don't care to ask, because you're there to do a job, and they're just expecting you to do, give. That's an asset to you. I want you to know. Don't worry about that. Me, as a tarot reader and spiritual life coach, I remember the days where I was telling everyone I'm studying universal law and I want to be a doctor, I'm studying philosophy, this is everything to me, universal law, I'm doing all this studying, I'm doing all this research. This is before I really developed Hermitology Limited. Go and check out hermitology.me, link in the description, to see all the things I do in life. Before hermitology.me was up, before it was clear what I was doing in the school and in the technology, the tarot musical, the range of other things I do for the company and for myself, all the things I'm building in my life, before that was public knowledge and on the front end and I shared it, it was just a dream, it was just in the pipeline, it was me and imposter syndrome trying to become all of these things that I had dreamed of while studying universal law, connecting the dots, really believing in the quantum, really believing in alchemy, really believing in my gifts as a clairvoyant, right? But no one else really believed or received that. Just give me a tarot reading on me and I'll pay you and we'll go about our day. Yeah? There was a disconnect. In not all cases, so many people are beautiful and lovely and support you constantly. So many beautiful people really do love and care, and that's gorgeous. But it's a smaller collective. The others that have bigger numbers and more money, they're busy living their lives. They haven't got time to acknowledge you. And I guess that's a good thing, because even ones that acknowledge you, they will take what they can and they will run with it. And they will not give you any credit for it. And they will take it and bounce and act like you're nobody. So I'm talking to someone who's like a manager, who's kind of been left out in the lurch. You could have founded someone, built something for somebody else. You could have made someone's career. You could have been an editor. This is a great example. You could have been an incredible editor making incredible videos on social media, and then suddenly you get binned off because you're not the star. It also gives me another channel of a YouTuber who does takeaway. Rate Your Takeaway, I believe. And he got into arguments with the editor and the other person in the team. And he's the star. And now he's actually got removed from the channel. And it's like, oh my God, everyone needs their own. You're building your own. You are the chosen one. You've helped these incredibly successful, rich, powerful, important people who don't seem to acknowledge you. They're coming up with devil energy. Some people have sold their soul to the devil here. Sold their soul to the devil, and you've been fighting in conflict with these people. They don't want to see you be successful, and they don't want to acknowledge the growth that they've had in their career and life has been somewhat attributed to you and your contributions. You've been a massive asset to so many people in their lives. You've made people a lot of money. Yeah? You made one person incredibly rich. I'm looking at someone who's really, really famous. It could be a singer. I'm looking at someone who's potentially a really public singer now. I mean, loads of people sing without being Rihanna and Beyonce. So let's put that out there. But there's so many beautiful singers out there. Yeah, then numbers are irrelevant to me. If you're beautifully gifted and you're having a great life, and even if you're blowing up on social media, people will be jealous. This person could have like 200k, I get. Yeah, 152k. A decent following. Any following is positive within a community of people that you love. But this person has really come up. They're standing on their own. They don't talk to you anymore. I also get. This could be you or them, actually, because you could be the singer here that has moved away from others who have kind of been really negative and conflictual towards you. But someone didn't want to sign the deal with the devil, and others signed the deal with the devil. Massive arguments about signing the deal with the devil. Yeah? So everybody publicly knew that this was the deal with the devil and no one wanted to sign it. And at the end of the day, someone's moved forward in really positive energy and become incredibly successful because of this. And with the world card being here too, we're looking at a closing of an old cycle because, oh, goodness me, I just got Tribute Act, yeah? Someone saw you as a tribute act. You used to just be a tribute act. In my head, I'm also getting the phrase that Stevie J used to say to Jocelyn Hernandez all the time. This is Love and Hip Hop Atlanta back in the day. He was like, I'll send you back to the strip club. He always used to threaten to send Jocelyn back to the strip club where she came from if she don't act right, if she ain't doing good enough. And she was so psychologically, manipulatively abused by him to be his little puppet because she didn't want to go back to work in the pole and twerking her ass in the strip club for dollars. So she would do anything she could to hold on to Stevie J so she could be in the public eye, so she could be on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta and not go back to the strip club. And he constantly claimed that he made her. So there's toxic cycles here, because I don't see anyone going, I made her successful, I made who she is today. I see people more so in grief about not being able to be with her and thrive off of her success, be in her rock pool, be in her community. Yeah, everyone's been talking about this, a lot of little whispers about this destiny, about this fate. Yeah, and this person now gets to stand on their own. I think it's you, but take it as it resonates, because I'm flipping back and forth. It's the devil that's got me conflicted here, because the devil's showing up center stage. Look at him. And he's like, yeah, I'm controlling this connection. I'm controlling this net worth. I'm controlling these assets. I adore it, actually, because it lets me know, with the Queen of Pentacles on the other side of this devil and the conflict, that she's just managed to skirt right round the devil. It looks like there was a lot of thieving, a lot of thievery, a lot of robbery, a lot of disregard, and a lot of disrespect. Somebody wasn't acknowledged, yeah? So now I'm looking at the Queen of Pentacles as the person on the stair lift, going up the stairs. Whilst this person's so slow and old and crusty, perceived to be, I'm mocking the situation, they're old and crusty, they've got to take the stair lift, leave them there. This could be someone old going into a music industry at an older age, right? This could be someone who is seen as having a disability or not very well, awkward, alternative, really looked at like they could never fit in here or belong with us. You're a runaway, you're alternative. When I was going, I couldn't put my finger on who you were out of all of these kind of characters, because you embody a lot of different energy. This image also from Runaways also gives me heroes. And there's a heroes reading already out on the channel, so go and scroll through the thumbnails and look at the heroes cover and go and listen to that as well, because it's a similar story playing out a little bit, another tier of a story. Because when it comes to heroes in the movie, loads of different characters, and there's good over evil in the story. And in this one specifically, we are looking at someone who has been able to outwit the devil and go around this toxicity. If you search devil on my channel, you will see I've got about 3 or 4 very specific transmissions about what it means to sneak up on the devil, catch him unawares, and cut cords from your shadow self so you can live a more prosperous life with God, light source, yeah? Because we all have yin and yang, and darkness at the worst times in our life, when we are most vulnerable, tracks us down. People can't get you when you're shining bright and light. They wait for you to be sick, vulnerable, depressive, low, grieving, broke, hungry, starving. And that's when the devil presents and attacks. The devil was really trying to come for you. But it was lucky, because the same time the devil was coming for you, this could have been during COVID, okay? The same time the devil was coming for you, the devil was also coming for 5 other people. So while the devil is rife, everybody's gin's out, everyone's toxic, everyone's stealing. I spoke about the COVID, I spoke about the 50k, I spoke about 100k. We're speaking about viral traction, numbers, people. We're talking about a lot of different energy here. And I'm getting some other words in my head that I don't want to say out loud. A lot of toxicity, a lot of nastiness, a lot of sick energy. And what I will say is, I can see your energy. I can see the positivity and brightness that exists over here in the help card. You needed help. You had to run away from something incredibly toxic, yeah? Help card is, once again, that Wheel of Fortune. You were destined for something great. You had to run away from a lot of toxicity to get there. You had gifts and abilities that were blocked. People around you that were only taken. And people around you, when you run away, no one can tell the truth. Whoever you've run away from is not going to say, I'm the devil, so they've run away from me. They're going to say they're the devil and they've run away in shame. Do you get the difference? So whatever the situation is, no one's going to be screaming you're innocent when they're the guilty party. This is like a court of law. They have to play it like you're the problem. They have to play it like you're wrong. They have to play it like you're sick, you're mentally ill, you've done something. So you've been accused of really disgusting, sinister, evil stuff. There's a lot of spawn on your name, I wanted to say. And that doesn't even make sense. Like, for me, it gives like eggs hatching, like egg spawn, frog spawn. And to me, the vision in my head I'm getting is like someone's thrown a frog spawn on your name, and then that's multiplied. Like tadpoles evolve really quickly, right? And another egg, another egg, another egg, another egg, and that's just everybody speaking. And now there's a multiple of bullshit, lies, deceit around you, around a narrative that's not even remotely true. And all you needed was help, but you were smart enough to whisper. And you know what's beautiful? Not only did you whisper and the divine hear you, the divine whispered back. The divine whispered back and said, you're chosen. Now I'm getting the movie Brave in my head. You know when in Brave, that whisper, that willow calls her out. Even in Frozen 2, that you hear she gets called by the ice. That's divine. That's Celtic. That's spirit. That's archangels, that's ancestors, that's light code, that's the chosen journey. You are the chosen one being called home. And not to the family home or any home environment that was toxic, your spiritual home. Brethren, family, code, honor, worship, light. Some of you could be going to a monastery or a silent retreat or a spiritual, becoming a spiritual recluse. Look at you, 8 of Cups here. Moving on, moving away, stepping away. Outrightly, you ran away from a toxic group. Now you stand alone as one of these alternatives. And that's what made me say, because I'm looking at CEO, entrepreneur, I'm looking at LGBTQ, I'm looking at racial issues potentially as well. I'm looking at fandom, celebritism, OnlyFans, all the different social groups on social media, anyone who's broken the curse of their ancestry, anyone who's not following family or friends or living the way their mum, dad, brother, sister, uncle, auntie, ex wants them to live, getting away and escaping the trappings and the curses of the devil that still exists in that group or community that you came from, and setting yourself free. Some of you guys may not even be singing, you could just be talking on social media, tap dancing in a performance arts college. Some of you going to college, some of you going to university, some of you starting your own business, some of you in a same-sex relationship, some of you moving in with a lover who's of a different race or background, some of you moving around the world, and other people don't like to see that change in you. You have escaped. You have broken free. You are so beautiful. You are so wise. You are so purposeful. You are so powerful, and you need to remember that moving forward now. Imposter syndrome inside of you should be falling away now, because it's becoming absolutely abundantly clear who you are and who the others were. I want to say a toxic stepmother, a toxic godmother, a toxic overseer, a toxic manager, someone who had you tethered to them. You owe me everything. You owe me everything. I do everything for you. I pay for you. I fund you. I love you. I support you. You need to be my parrot. You do what I want. You say what I want. I control who you talk to. I control who your friends are. If I say don't speak to that person, don't love that person, don't give to that person, that's what I expect of you. I don't believe in same sex. I don't believe in biracial or different interracial relationships. I don't believe in colorism debate. So if you're in a relationship with someone and you're both of the same color, but you're different hues, normally that wouldn't be a big deal in so many communities that are educated. But in so many communities where the education isn't there, and there's still a lot of healing that needs to happen in certain communities and social groups, there's real wars and fights. You're too light, I'm dark. It's hard for me because I'm darker than you. And there's real conversations that have never really been had in these communities well enough, but it happens. You can watch Real Housewives of Potomac, and you can go back to maybe season 2, season 3, and you can really start to dive into some real serious biracial debates, and they're confused about their ancestry, where they've come from. Giselle's got blue eyes, and they're going back and forth in debate about what it means to be mixed. And they're like, I'm biracial, and they're like, no, I'm fully black, I'm not even white. And they're like, you're definitely white, you're not that colour for no reason, there's white in you, you need to do a DNA. And there's arguments about it. There's so much heritage and burden around race that is never really addressed. Yeah, I speak about some of this on my platform and some of my publications from like back in 2022 at hermitology.me. It's important, but so many people think it's not an issue, but it is. We need to be able to have these conversations confidently and not be intimidated or feel silly to even ask or inquire. Because then we have people like Rachel Dolezal, who becomes transracial, yeah, who's actually a full-on white woman but identifies with being more black. And then pretended to be a black woman for years and created amazing things in pursuit of black empowerment, but then got shamed and outcasted and thrown to the side. And she's become a runaway in that situation as well, because she was pretending to be black. Yet back in the day, anyone who had a mixed race child, they became more black for their child to fit in. For example, my nan, she tells me how she would kind of do her hair in more of a curly fro and have more of the she's like from the 60s era, so it's peace and love and all the afros and curly perms, but she would have a curly perm and that kind of look because she's got a mixed race son with an afro which she had out of wedlock, which was a really toxic situation for her and her ex-husband, and she was incredibly abused for having my dad as a mixed race little boy, as her son. They used to spit on my dad in the buggy and call her names in the street while she was walking with my dad. She used to be in fights all the time over my dad. So there's toxicity still there now. Yeah, my dad struggled a lot with being mixed race and biracial and growing up with only white family because he didn't have a relationship with his dad. And so there's a lot of burdens that are carried in those situations. I don't know why I've just gone on a tangent about race, but please take that and understand how it applies to you. I always use my life as an example, but I also get what it means to be Asian, and the Asian stereotype of the Asian must be the doctor, right? Or in certain Muslim faiths, we all live in the same house, and we've got so many generations in one house. We've got grandma, granddad, then we've got mum and dad, then we've got all of the other siblings, and then them siblings start having kids. Now we've got 6, 7, 8, 9 all live in the same house, converting the house, getting a bigger house, extending the house, getting houses next to each other and building a massive family, all paying their way, everyone contributing, everyone working incredibly hard. But there's all these dynamics that take away from independence sometimes and create a life that could be really, really toxic. And before you choose to buy a new sofa or order this or extend your patio or driveway, you're fighting with the others, when really you need to run away and take your kids and your husband and have your own life, you know? But culturally, there's stereotypes of what you can or can't do. But some of it's been really toxic and you don't need it. Toxic family and friends in your life that have stopped your destiny from really being activated because supposedly you shouldn't be with him. You shouldn't live there. And no, you shouldn't buy that sofa. And no, you're not meant to be. And that's not the way to go in your career. And no, you're never going to make it. Your numbers are too low. You're too old. You're too this. You're too that. Too fat, too thin, too light, too dark. In the days of Destiny's Child, is a great example of colorism as well, because you've got Beyonce in the middle, the light one, then you've got the two darker ones on the side. Always an issue. Oh, Beyonce's always in the middle. Oh, the dark skins on the side. The stereotypes they put around Beyonce for being lighter than the others. The burden of that. The way that they make everybody look so much lighter. And then the issue when people that are too light start to get a little bit of a tan. If Kim Kardashian's too tanned, then she's blackfishing. If Kim Kardashian gets cane rolls, then she's appropriating black culture. It never ends. It never ends. It never ends, this cycle. And it's a situation of we need to be able to talk about it and find our way out of it and have healthier conversations about these stereotypes and these boundaries. And we're using race as an example. Share more in the comments. Share your example for me. But my goodness, 9 of Cups. 9 of Cups is your greatest asset. Whatever you wish for, whatever you want to do, whatever makes you happy, whatever makes you fulfilled, whatever makes you content, do it. Because you're winning in life. And the most powerful thing is, you intuitively knew that this wasn't right and you ran away. You could have flew away, flew to another country, moved out, packed up. You ran away, literally. You could have been in hiding for many years because of this. You don't go out or see anyone from the old days. You don't talk to people like you used to anymore. You fled the scene. And that was the right thing to do, because whatever was around you, oh my God, it was devilish, toxic and dark. So you leaned on someone else, you went to get help, and you've got the help. Your life's great now. Well done. I can't even remember what I've said for the last 35 minutes. A lot came out of me. I felt like I was going to do mediumship. That didn't come through. So I can only apologize. They're talking to me, though, about ancestors. They're talking to me. I've got S names coming through as well, okay? So there might be some mediumship on the channel, or if not here, on Her 7D Consciousness. If mediumship comes through to me, I'll put it out on Her 7D Consciousness. That's my other channel. I've got 5 channels, so go and check them all out. Different stuff coming out over there over the year. But I'm not going to force it and try and tap into anything else. Ancestors are giving me S names as confirmation. So if there is a S name, surname or first name, then I am receiving you and connecting with you, and we'll eventually do some mediumship, if not channeled messages and tarot over here. Stay tuned, okay? Always read the description for these, because it will give you a clue of what's going down and what's happening, so you get a little insight before it actually goes live and premieres. And check out all the stuff on this channel and all the other channels, because it's getting juicy over here, okay? I hope you found this well. Feel free to share any words of wisdom in the comments. And the main message for you is just keep doing what you're doing. You're incredibly gifted. There's so much more I want to talk to you about. I do feel like this is unfinished, because I feel like I haven't given you guidance. We didn't go in on every single element of the card and what they meant. But what I will say, because this reading is running on really long now, I will say you are the chosen one, and that's the main thing you needed to know. What that means for you uniquely on your journey now, what it means to be chosen, what it means to be aligned. Wow. So I'm connecting with someone who's going to be a professor, who's going to be a in my head I'm getting football, right? And I'm getting, I want to say soccer, I want to say scholarship, I want to say someone who's in the big leagues, I want to say someone who's scouting, I want to say someone who's doing football, I want to say someone who's going to be on a soap opera, like Coronation Street. I don't even know if that's still a thing in the UK, but one of those kind of soap operas like Coronation Street or Hollyoaks. Like, there's loads of you guys that have been chosen for a specific career path. I see someone who's like a big scout, a massive scout for soccer and football, and they recruit loads of people. Could also be a coach, but I get more so of a scout at like a really prestigious university, Ivy League stuff. Yeah, then I get someone who's really coming into showbiz, becoming an actress. And we already connected with the singer, who's already a singer on social media potentially, and their numbers are good, but they're going to get great. You're going to get better. So, I got TikTok at the beginning as well, someone on TikTok, but there's fights and drama over the TikTok community or numbers or social media. So there was toxicity there. But if you spend all your time doing retweets and reposts and stitches or whatever you call it, where you're just bitching about other people and hating on other people online, I think, well, I don't think that's you. You're not that kind. You don't give me toxic energy. But I feel like there's going to be a falling away of the community that is really, really toxic, at least in your life, yeah? When you look at social media and platforms in life, every social group has a specific kind of weight. At the beginning, we spoke lengthily about those running up and down the stairs doing what they can for a quick buck, right? Those doing whatever they can for a quick viral moment. A lot of people fighting and bitching. The quickest way to get traction and hype is to be crazy and violent and abusive and wild and hate on a social group and community. It's the lowest kind of way to make a quick buck. Shit on someone else, destroy someone else's sense of self, tear people down for your own viral success. That's the devil energy here. Someone is wrapped in 5 of Wands devil energy, and they're just going round and round and round in the content they make, in the lifestyle they've chose, in the family that they're raising, in the house that they live in. Someone has got nothing and knows nothing outside of the 5 of Wands and devil. They keep doing the same thing in their job. They keep creating the same arguments, the same legal problems, the same financial issues, the same drama. It's just toxic. Absolute toxicity. But that's natural ways of living for many people. You see different because you're chosen. You've been given the clear sight. You've been given the gifts to know, feel and sense more. So you closed out your cycle, moved away from these toxic individuals or this toxic person that you were tethered to. Could be an ex, best friend, boyfriend, lover, family member, friend, foe, I want to say, yeah? And now you're moving on really clearly. Keep doing what you believe in, keep wishing and dreaming, and be really open to any inequalities you see in life. Ageism, racism, sexism, hatred towards non-binary, queer and the LGBTQ community. If you are one of the positive peoples that have no judgment towards any of those groups and you could just respect people for who they are, then keep doing that, please. Because there are so many people in this world who would rather give people imposter syndrome and make people suicidal than actually prevent suicide. Yeah? And so many people could benefit from you and your help, the light words and the positive things that you do and the beauty that you bring to the screen through your acting, through your singing, the way in which you help people, you scout people, you change people's life if you're a scout. Yeah? Because people have careers and financial opportunities and now getting funded because of what you see and you put them on. You're putting people on. After so many people wouldn't put you on and give you a chance, you now get to put people on and give them a chance. Use your gifts wisely, okay? You have been chosen. Love and light, collective.